I'm Laurie Mallon, and this is the Results Without Restriction podcast, the show where results have nothing to do with weight and everything to do with setting and reaching health and fitness goals that focus on what we're achieving and not what we're losing. We'll talk about deprogramming from diet culture and get expert advice on reclaiming your relationship with food and movement. Join me on this journey to get results without restriction. Hey everyone, welcome to the Results Without Restriction podcast. I am your host, Laurie Mallon. I'm a certified personal trainer, I'm a former women's health coach, and a certified yoga instructor. Now this episode is really the origin story for Results Without Restriction, how it all started, how it's going, and how it ended up as a podcast. So how it all started. Back in 2016, I was a certified personal trainer and I had been running my online personal training business for about a year, and I started to notice a pattern with my clients. They all came to me for weight loss and they all measured their success by the scale. Now, no matter how much I told them that their weight alone was not the best way to measure progress, they would not hear a word of it. You see, these women, my clients were all women, had consumed a steady diet of fat phobia for years. Their relationship with their body had degraded into a constant battle of trying to shrink it down to fit an ideal. Now I'm using ideal in air quotes here. Not sure where these ideals, again air quotes, came from, but each client came to me with a very specific number that they wanted to hit, either on the scale or on their clothes. And they were willing to sacrifice so much to get it, so much peace with themselves and so much enjoyment that they just insisted on living this restrictive lifestyle in order to achieve an arbitrary goal. I say arbitrary because these numeric goals that they had set, they rarely had anything to do with health. Now, of course, they would say that the weight loss that they were after was to help them be healthier. But the habits that I saw them forming were really anything but healthy. Habits like chronic dieting, food obsession, body shaming, and that's themselves and other people. And as a woman who'd fought her own battle with chronic dieting for years, I couldn't do it anymore. So I went back and I got a certification from ACE to be a health coach because I wanted to do more. I didn't just want to help women change how they look with fitness programs. I wanted to actually help women be healthier and to have goals to work towards that really had nothing to do with the scale. So I created my health coaching program called Results Without Restriction as a way to help clients redefine their idea of achieving results. Now the focus was on approaching health but without a scale. So I wanted my clients to see how they could move forward in their individual health journeys while focusing on what they could add. So that included an intuitive eating practice, a mindful movement program complete with yoga and meditation to help get stronger, avoid injury, and strengthen that mind-body connection, and a way to find movement that they enjoyed without a focus on burning calories or earning their next meal. I also wanted to show them how to add strategies to manage their time and their stress level. And finally, as it pertained to nutrition, specifically ending that confusion that most of my clients had about what exactly they should eat. You see, so many of them had been on diet after diet and they had internalized all these food rules that contradicted each other, and they got to the point where they had no idea what to eat anymore. And so now my program focused on how to add more fruits, vegetables, and other nutrient-dense foods to their diet, but without a single word telling them what they can't have. So how is it going? I'm no longer taking clients or running programs. I wanted to continue working in this space, promoting the idea that we can achieve results in a way that has nothing to do with weight or the scale. Results Without Restriction has become now a collaborative platform where health and fitness professionals from all over the globe can come together and create this hub of resources that further this mission. I wanted to create this podcast as a place to really have informal, fun conversations with these trainers and coaches who aren't out there profiting on fat phobia and contributing to that multi-billion-dollar weight loss industry, but rather helping their clients break that chronic diet cycle and help them set and reach goals that they may not have even thought of if they'd stayed focused on their weight. Goals like running their first 5K or weightlifting and getting stronger or practicing more yoga and getting more flexible. So let's talk about where it's headed. And that hopefully is to be a place where anyone can come and learn about getting healthier without getting a big fat dose, pun intended, of diet culture. Now, that said, here's what you won't find on Results Without Restriction. You won't find weight-centric or weight loss talk. You won't find any reference to scales or measurements. You won't find us talking about calorie counting, carb counting, or intermittent fasting. You won't find us talking about diets for the purpose of weight loss. Now, we do discuss diet with a lowercase d as it relates to intuitive eating and discovering what foods feel good in our body and what foods we just plain like to eat. You won't hear us talking about any sort of body shaming or assessments about anyone's health based on their size. Results Without Restriction is an inclusive, body positive environment. We believe in health at every size, and we believe in body respect. So what do we want to talk about here at Results Without Restriction? We want to talk about non-diet nutrition awareness. We want to talk about mindful movement, diet culture awareness. We want to talk about dismantling our own subconscious fat bias and fat phobia. We want to talk about that mind-body connection and using tools like yoga and meditation, visualization, and affirmations. And of course, we're going to talk about setting and achieving health and fitness goals that actually promote better health. Now, of course, this list is going to grow as our understanding of these topics expands. So if you'd like to learn more about Results Without Restriction, you can check out the website resultswithoutrestriction.com. Now, if you would like to come on the show and talk about your experience with intuitive eating or shifting your mindset away from diet and weight loss to better health, I would love for you to join me for an episode, and you can find a form for that in the show notes. Now, if you are a coach who specializes in any of the topics that we're all about here, I would love to have you on as a guest, so also check the show notes for a guest form. Now, we already have some amazing guests lined up for you in upcoming episodes, and I am so excited to start sharing them with you. So I will see you in the next episode, and thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening, and if you liked this episode, go ahead and leave us a review on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts, and be sure to subscribe so you'll be notified when the next episode is live. Check out our show notes for this episode where you can find any of the links and resources that were mentioned during the show and connect with a health and wellness provider committed to helping you ditch diets and achieve results without restriction. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.